Hello and welcome to a new Hypi 101 session. In this session, we are going to learn the terminology used on Hypi platform. This session is outlined as follows: realms, apps, and schemas. Let's start with realm. A realm is a namespace under which you define organizations and apps. Behind the scenes, Hypi will use the realm name to prefix the domains generated for your app. As a result, a realm name cannot be changed once created. And this leads us to organizations. A realm must include at least one organization, but it isn't limited to one. A realm can have as many organizations as needed. You can give access to apps and other permission controls based on organizations. Each organization can have one or more members. Organization owner or another user with the system admin role can invite new members to join. In this case, an individual user will not be able to sign up for an organization unless explicitly invited by the owner. Attempting to register a new account will create an entirely new realm, or even throw an error if the same realm name is already used. Now that we have learned what a realm is, we are ready to talk about apps. Apps define a combination of data models and related functionality. That is, apps in Hypi are no different from the ones you use or create on a day-to-day basis. An organization can create as many apps as needed. Microservices is a concept that is very common now in modern software development. It allows large teams to collaborate efficiently on complex projects by dividing them to smaller isolated modules. In this sense, Hypi apps can be considered as microservices. As we will see later, serverless functions can be used in Hypi apps to do anything a traditional microservice could do. Now we shall dive deeper and learn about app release. Releases are different versions of the same app. Different releases can contain updated versions of the data model or schema. This allows you to have both the old and the new version alongside without any conflicts. And this way, Hypi gives you an out-of-the-box solution to versioning your apps with just one click. There are many use cases for releases, but I will give you two common examples. When building software, development and testing teams usually work on different versions. Releases allow you to do exactly that by providing a version for developers, one for testers, and last, the production version. Another common example is when testing an idea or a new feature. The product manager would prefer to test on a small focus group before rolling out the feature to the rest of their customer base. Releases on Hypi allow you to do A/B testing out of the box. So far, we have discussed apps and their releases, and now is the time to understand what an app instance is. An app so far is merely a template or a blueprint. It is the instance that brings it to life. An instance is the materialization of a release. Also note that a release is not limited to one instance, but there can be many instances of the same app release. The reason behind this will become clear in a moment. By default, the data for each instance is not shared with other instances, even those of the same app. You may wonder by now, why instances are designed this way? The rationale behind this design is to give Hypi developers the flexibility to reuse or resell their apps without any duplicate effort. Now we shall discuss data modeling or schemas in Hypi. We use the term model and schema interchangeably to mean the same thing. The schema consists of GraphQL types. Hypi will map these types to tables in the database. Hypi uses the concept of schema to abstract away the underlying back-end infrastructure. The mappings, relations, and business logic will all be generated on the fly for you once the schema is defined. As explained when talking about an app release, the schema can be updated from one release to the next. You can make limited changes to the schema in the same release, such as adding new fields or types. However, changing the type of existing field or removing them is not supported. Treat Hypi like a production database. Making schema changes on production data should be thought out and planned carefully. Hypi makes things quicker and easier, and above all, helps you maintain the best practices when designing software. In this session, we have learned about realms, apps, and schemas. Thank you and see you in the next session.